Hello everybody, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. I'm sure most of you are familiar with my channel, but for my new viewers, my name is Riley, aka Honey Rags, and I am a full-time reseller. So I have a quick clothing haul. The reason I say quick is because some of my hauls are like 30 minutes long, and sometimes I even have to split them into two parts. But this one's one's manageable. So the first thing here is a Postmark. I believe this is an Anthropologie brand. I try not to pick up this brand so much anymore, and I try not to pick up plain t-shirts, but this one has a cute bicycle pattern, so I think this one will do well. This one probably will do better on eBay because I can send it out with free shipping, first class. I just told you guys in my last video, if you watched my last video, brands that mysteriously stopped selling for me was New Label Cobby. So this is New Label Cobby, and I picked one up knowing that they mysteriously stopped selling for me. There are some brands that I just can't leave behind, and I do still sell New Label Cobby, but it doesn't move as quick as it used to. But this was $1.99 at a Mission thrift store, and I could not leave it behind. This is United Colors of Benetton, is it? Yes, United Colors of Benetton. So this is their New Label. This is just a really cute dress, and it is a good brand, and this brand sells pretty well for me over on eBay. I think I'm going to list this one for around $22 with free shipping because it is really lightweight. This is a new to me brand, and the comps were amazing. I think it's made in Italy. I don't even know how, I know I'm going to say this wrong, so I'm just going to kind of show you guys. Fragonard. Okay, so it doesn't feel like it's like of high quality. I mean, I hate saying that. I shouldn't say that because it obviously is. I think it's like the designer. No, okay, I lied. It's made in India. I don't know anything about the brand. I just looked up the comps because I was like, well, this is really cute. And it's a fancy name. And it turns out the comps were great. I think I'm going to list this one around like $50 or $60 with free shipping. I wish I knew more about the brand to let you guys know. But if you see that brand, it is definitely worth looking into. So these never fail me. A Victoria's Secret baby doll. The ones with the built-in bra sell for more than the ones that are just like a literal baby doll, a sleeper, where it's pretty much, there's no wire, there's no breast support or anything like that. Plain black, it's a hit or miss, but I think I'm going to list this one on eBay for around $20 with free shipping. So I have not picked up Susan Graver in a minute. The only reason is it was a slow mover for me, and it is one of those QVC brands that are a hit or miss. But look at this print. I love this animal print, and it has the cold shoulders, which some people say cold shoulders are going out of style, but I don't want to let them go. This is also a new to me brand, Mary. So it says made in Italy. So I was like, this is worth looking into. And then I looked and it's 100% wool, or maybe it's a wool blend. I could be wrong. But anyway, this is also a pretty good brand to find if you're finding like the wool pieces. I don't think it's like luxury, but it's a pretty petty new. So I think I'm going to list it around $34 to $38. This one was probably a bad buy. So this is Logo by Lori Goldstein, which I do still pick up, and it is a bread and butter brand for me. So I'm very lazy with comp searching while I'm in the store, because if I see a bread and butter brand like Logo, in my head there's no need to comp check it because it's a seller for me. Like, it sells well and it sells quickly. But then I got in my car and I was like, I want to look up this dress because I'm not familiar with their dresses. I found the exact same one. I don't know if they like liquidated them, but I found the exact same one that sold for like $11 with free shipping. But there were a couple that sold for like $20 some with free shipping. So I guess it depends on how I decide to model that piece. I really got to sell it with the photo. So this is, I'm not even going to say it, you know what it is, because I got burned in my last video for saying it wrong. Shape. It's basically, you can read that tag right. It's a Lane Bryant, like where you can buy their bras and their shapewear and stuff like that. So this one's actually new with tags, which is why I would have picked it up even if it weren't new with tags. But it's new with tags. It retailed for $69.50. I think I'm going to get about $28 out of this one. This one I almost kept for myself. but I don't know if it will fit. This is a borderline vintage, so probably like really, really, really late 90s, possibly early 2000s. Catalina. The reason I can tell it's vintage is just because of the, like, I don't even know what this is called. I sound so unprofessional. But anyway, I really like the bright color. It's vintage. Swimsuits have been going off the shelves for me. So I think I'm going to sell this one around maybe $20. This is Universal Standard for J. Crew. So I didn't know this collab was a thing. And it's new with tags. So I actually paid up for this piece. I think I bought it in store at like $8.99 or something like that. It was $7.99, which is, it's hard for me to buy anything at my Goodwills for that price because they've been slowly putting prices up. And I know like a lot of you in New York and California are like, really? Because that's our price for like a basic t-shirt. But I'm stingy. Like, I don't want my area to go up. I know it's going to happen, but I don't want it to. Anyway, it's new with tags and the comps on these are great. So I don't think I'm going to have a problem getting profit on that piece. This is my favorite piece. I lied. This is my second favorite piece of the haul. This is a vintage late 1960s, early 1970s dress. So I don't know what size it is or anything, but I think I'm going to be able to get about $50 out of this one only because of the colors, and it is in excellent condition. So this brand has not been doing so well for me, but I still pick it up because I have a weak mind. Joseph Ribkoff, which I think is like a high-end luxury brand. I could be wrong. Maybe border ends luxury brand, if that's a thing. But usually when I find Joseph Ribkoff, it's very bland, solid colored pieces. So the fact that I found like a pattern piece, I don't know. Maybe I'll be able to get like $30 out of it. We'll see. This is, okay, so this is from the 80s, which is why I almost put it back because I'm trying to not pick up 80s so much anymore. I can tell just by the shoulder pads and this, you can tell when something's 80s. But this is really cute, like suede, and I love the color. It's something for Lily Ann. So I looked up Lily Ann, and she must be like, must have been a really sought after designer or shop back in the day because the comps were great. So obviously it came home with me and it's in really nice condition. Don't know what I'm going to list it for yet. The comps were good on Lily Ann, so I don't know. This is my first favorite piece. So it is Umi Collections by Anne Crimmins. So it's 100% silk, made in Hong Kong. So made in Hong Kong. That's got to be like 90s, right? Like late 80s, something like that. Anyway, it's 100% silk. Look at this. You couldn't even tell this was vintage. This looks like something that Alice and Olivia would release. It has this laser cut bottom. I just can't believe I found this. I don't know what I'm going to list it for yet though. So this piece is so obnoxious that I love it. It's a Mickey Ink, which is Mickey Ink. I think that's like an 80s or 90s brand, right? I've sold plenty of Mickey Ink merchandise. But this one's cute because it's a Mickey going through his wardrobe. You have like Peter Pan, Captain Hook. That's not Captain Hook. But you have him like going through wardrobes. So yeah, I had to pick this one up. It doesn't have anything in the back, but people are crazy about Disney. Disney has a cult following, especially vintage Disney. So maybe I'm going to ask like 35 out of that piece. I also stopped picking up Pink by Victoria's Secret because you guys all know the market's super saturated. I think it's like a dying brand. I hate to say it, but this is like a vintage inspired, very oversized like track jacket. And the fact that it's vintage inspired, I knew I had to have it. I paid $4.99 for it. I don't think I'm going to have a problem flipping that one for a good profit. I mean, when I say good profit, I mean like I'll probably make like $15 profit. This is Sundance. So this one's 100% viscose, which was disappointing because when I felt it, I thought it was silk for a second. Anyway, it's just a really cute embroidered piece. I love Sundance. I do have a hard time moving it depending on the piece, but I wasn't going to leave this behind. I think I'm going to ask about $28 out of this, with free shipping. I found these men's Tevas. I believe these are men's. Not sure what I'm going to list these for. I don't know the most about Tevas, but I know it's a good brand to pick up if you're getting it for a low price. So these are girls' bogs, and I have not cleaned them yet. I'm sorry, but other than a couple of areas that I have to clean up that just have like mud on them, these are in pretty good condition, like no rips or tears or anything. So bogs always sell well for me too. I've seen this brand before and I may have picked it up. Aquatalia, made in Italy. So these are hit or miss, but I do think I'm going to be able to get about $27 out of these on eBay. I bought these North Face women's boots. These are a hit or miss. I shouldn't say they're hit or miss. Usually when you go into a Goodwill in Michigan, they will mark the boots up to like $15 if they're North Face or Resell. These ones were at $8. And the comps on eBay for women's North Face boots run anywhere from like $20 with free shipping to $40 with free shipping. I think I'll be able to get more towards the $40 for these only because they have the leather on them. Not just like the canvas, like a typical vinyl canvas. Is it vinyl canvas that they do on boots? I don't know. I also found these little boys Crocs, which I thought about keeping for my kids, but they get really sweaty feet and there's not much ventilation. It looks like there is, but there's not. Anyway, kids Crocs, I paid $3 for them. They'll ship first class on eBay. I think I can get about $17 out of these. Maybe that's an overkill. These are just baby Gap boots, so these sell well for me on Kitizen. So I don't have a lot of sales on Kitizen, but I started a Kitizen so I could get rid of a lot of my kids' clothes that I had accumulating up. And it's kind of fun. Like, I don't want to call it a hobby because reselling is also my hobby. It's not just my income. But stuff like this does pretty well on Kitizen. So I should make a video about Kitizen. But if I do, you have to use my invite code. I'm just kidding. So we have these, what are these? Hurricanes, Teva Hurricanes. I think that's the name of this. I think I'll be able to get $20 out of those if I clean them up. And then this is a new to me brand for shoes. And I almost didn't look it up because I saw this symbol and I thought it was Airwalk. And I think that's just like a cheapy brand. I shouldn't say cheapy brand, but if we're talking about shoes. Where did I find the damn brand? Oh, Attica. That's where I found it, Attica. Oh, and then there's another one right there. So these are like really up there. So if you find Attica sandals, you can expect like $25 for them with free shipping, maybe more. Tevas, I knew I had more Tevas. Okay, so I found these Teva sandals, which like you can get Teva sandals on their website for like $25. But I paid $2 for these at a Mission store, and I don't know, they're in good condition. Maybe I'll be able to get like $20 out of them with free shipping. We'll see. If it's a style that's not on Teva's website anymore, I should be able to get $20 out of them. And these are my last two things. So usually in my hauls, I stopped showing you guys all my vintage stuff because I was trying to separate my clothing hauls from my vintage hauls, from my Amazon palette hauls, because I don't want you guys to have to sit through, you know, if you're someone who resells clothing, I don't want you to have to sit through my Amazon stuff. So I haven't been showing you guys my vintage hard goods, but I am still selling vintage hard goods on Etsy. This is a little cute elephant, and I looked on the bottom, it says made in Japan. So I'm thinking like late 50s or 60s. It's really cute. It's a coin bank, but it's only old-fashioned ones where there's no little hole, so you can't cheat. You can only break it open when you're ready to get to your money. And this is a vintage mirror. This is really cute, really earthy, really boho. And I found the year on it. It's Homeco, made in USA. I think this is like from the 60s, late 60s, maybe early 70s. There's a date, but it's written in Roman numerals, and I'm not the best at reading those. So that's my haul. I feel like I whipped through it pretty quickly. Maybe I shouldn't have called it a mini haul though. Most of you already know this if you are familiar to my channel, but I did open up, I unveiled my website, honeyragsco.com, and I have really big plans for it. Including, I'm selling things on there as well, but really I want it to be like a page, a resource page for resellers to go to find more information about reselling. Basically what I do in my videos, but where I can bring it all to one website and guide people to other websites, whether they're interested in liquidation or vintage clothing, stuff like that. I'm not just doing it to create my own like e-commerce website. It's mostly going to be for resellers to go to for resources, which I already said like twice, but you can go check it out. And I'm going to leave a link down below in the description to that website. I was going to say to that video. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm also going to leave a link down below in the description to my Instagram. I'm a lot more responsive over on Instagram just because it's more user friendly. honey.rags over on Instagram. So for those of you, I just want to say this real quick. I don't think I've said this in my previous videos. For those of you who actually like make it to the end, like those of you right now, I appreciate you guys so much because it really does help with the YouTube algorithm as well. I'm new to algorithms on like YouTube websites, all that type of stuff, but I really don't even understand what the word means. I mean, I get the gist of it, but thank you for those of you who make it to the end of my video. And as always, happy selling, happy thrifting, and stay safe.